Good evening, YouTube. Robert Alvarez, the Psychic Witch, also known as Mr. Lighting and a Fan. I hope you and yours in YouTubeLand are happy and healthy and safe and well. Right now the time is approximately 10:27 p.m. Eastern Time, and the date is Friday, April 28th, 2023. The moon is waxing in Leo and the sun is transiting in Taurus. This is the official Llewellyn's 2023 Tarot Calendar video for May 2023. And of course, I'm going to have Drake do a close-up of the cover. The beautiful cover with the royal purple and the gold. And I don't understand what that means, but okay. Thank you, Drake. And of course, the back of the cover. And now I'm going to, now I understand. And now I'm going to show all of you, rather, May 2023. So there you go. So I'm going to talk about the Two of Cups. By the way, the card is from Tarot of a Witch's Garden. This is another tarot deck that when I looked for it on Llewellyn's website, I didn't see it. So Llewellyn, hello, Llewellyn Publications, where's this tarot deck? This is one of two tarot decks that I'm like, every time I look for it, I can't find it. Why? I want it, you know? I'll talk about the symbol. I'll talk about the astrology. I've been so digging these astrology articles. They make me so happy. And there is a spread. There is a spread. It is called the Explore the Potential Spread. So, let's go right into it. Two of Cups. Falling in love is the best. I'm going to say second best. Rising into love is the best. What can compare to that moment when we first recognize the possibility of loving ourselves in another? The Two of Cups invites us to fall in love whenever we can, or to rise in love, ascend into love. And, you know my thing, romantic relationships are not the only relationships. But, you know what, this time, maybe I'll defer to that. But knowing me, I'm not going to defer to that. So look, if you want a romantic relationship, you and YouTubeLand, that's fine. If you want to replace the one you have, that's a natural feeling. If you want to add to the one you have, and you're polyamorous, that's fine too. This is about letting you know what the options are in the here and the now. That's all I'm going to say. Symbol, the two rings. This card is the very beginning of love, with all its intoxicating dreams. The rings show the possibility of a long-term commitment. This moment holds potential but not a guarantee. Actually, I'm going to slightly disagree with that because aces represent the beginning of a cycle. So really, this card is the continuation of that new love energy. I love interpreting the Ace of Cups as new love energy. So the Two of Cups is actually the continuation of new love energy. But keep in mind that new love energy began with you. It began with you, and ultimately it ends with you. Because that's a cycle that you create and that you end. And you recreate and you end again if that's what's necessary. Also, it's interesting to note that in Lenormand, the ring card is not about a romantic relationship. Not inherently. It is about a promise and it is about a commitment. And even here, this moment holds potential but not a guarantee. It holds a promise. The promise of a potential but not a guarantee. It's not a written contract. And let's face it, even a marriage contract is not a guarantee. Astrology. Venus in Cancer reigns over this card. These two opposing energies find a sweet balance. Venus's ability to attract and desire to connect Venus's ability to attract and desire to connect is strong enough to break through Cancer's protective tendencies. Remember, Cancer is the Latin word for crab. A crab has its shell as its protection. Cracking open the shell that separates us allows space for intimacy to take root. In addition, Venus's loveliness washes away fears and paves the way for true connection. And you know, I'm thinking about one of my dearest friends, and I'm thinking about a time when she and I had spent time with each other, and she felt comfortable enough with me after so many years of friendship to literally cry in front of me about a very, very personal issue. And it startled me only because I had never seen her cry before. And it also honored me that she felt so safe with me, that she felt so safe that she could be vulnerable with me and share this very, very deep, intimate situation with me, this very personal situation, this very heartfelt and heart-wrenching situation. And it honored me greatly. It really did. So, you know, and she and I are not going to become romantically involved for obvious reasons, but she and I have a really good friendship to this day. So there is so much that this card is saying about this is not so even as I'm reading this, I feel like it's imperative for me to emphasize that this is not going to be just about a romantic relationship for some of you in YouTube land, because some of you are happy with your current romantic relationship. Some of you are happy with the status of your marriage. Some of you may be open to exploring polyamory, but you're not there yet. Some of you may be polyamorous oriented, but you're not moving in that direction right now, because right now it's not the priority. And I know a few couples that are polyamorous, but right now it's like it's just them. It's not them and others. It's just them for now. And that's totally okay. And you know, I want to share with you that lately I have been feeling this strong desire and need for gay male friends with whom I have a platonic relationship. Like friends that I can talk about everything from movies and music to books to art to problems of the world to multicultural events to different spiritual paths. I mean, right now that's something that's really important for me. And I admit that I haven't made it more of a priority. I feel as though certain things need to be in place for me to make that happen, or to make that more of a manifested reality. But I know that that desire is there, that need is there. And for me it is both a desire and a need to have close friends who are also gay men like yours truly, and to be able to have that really deep connection where we talk about everything under the sun, where there is no judgment, where there is no shallowness, where there is complete and total loving, healing acceptance, and where we are open to each other, like we're open to learning about each other and learning about the other person's life and upbringing and background and interests and ideas. So it is a very, very strong desire and need for me. So for me personally, I'm going to be looking at the Explore the Potential spread as a way of giving me greater insights into how I can prepare for those new gay men to come into my life and be really close friends of mine. So the Explore the Potential spread is a 5-card spread, and I'm going to make sure that Drake can tell me that it is in the center of the frame. Okay. It is a 5-card spread. And I'm going to read to you what each card represents. And of course, and those of you that have had readings with me, you know that this is my thing. I will take the bottommost card of the deck, and that will be the final message card. So, explore the potential. Here are some important things to consider about a new relationship. Card number 1, or friendship. Card number 1, the best. What you truly like best about the person. It may not be what you consciously think, so pay attention to what is really attracting you. It could be a quality. It could be a personality characteristic. It could be an interest. Card number 2, a worry. Something that you are trying to ignore or downplay. Just FYI, you will be massively unsuccessful in ignoring or downplaying that worry. Just so you know. Card number 3, a secret. Something that you don't want the other person to know about you just yet. Card number 4, a dream. What you hope happens next. Card number 5, need to know. Something you need to pay attention to. Okay, so I really couldn't think of a tarot deck. I mean, I have a bazillion tarot decks, but for those of you who are new to my YouTube channel, when I'm doing a deck, when I'm casting the cards for any of the spreads in the Llewellyn's tarot calendars, I prefer to use a Llewellyn tarot deck, meaning a tarot deck published by either Llewellyn Publications or Los Scarabeo, which is affiliated with Llewellyn Publications. In fact, Llewellyn Publications is the exclusive American and Canadian distributor for Los Scarabeo decks. So that I feel is important. So I decided to go to my trusty Robin Wood Tarot by the late and great Robin Wood, which, when not in use, is on my Divine Prosperity altar. And it really feels home there. And, you know, just tuning into this deck, it's telling me that it really loves being on my Divine Prosperity altar. And it pretty much remains there. I mean, I think that at some point I might bring it to one of the public venues at which I offer readings, but for right now, it's more than happy to remain on my Divine Prosperity altar and use it when I'm not sure which other Llewellyn deck to use for the spreads in Llewellyn's tarot calendars. So I'm going to give this another quick shuffle, and then I'm going to cut the deck into 3 piles. I'm going to put the pile that draws me the most on top of the other 2. And this is a 5-card spread, so 1 at the top of the small cross, because it's a cross shape. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so explore the potential. Okay, card number 1, the best. What the collective truly likes best about the other person. And again, it may not be what the collective thinks, what the collective consciously thinks. So to the collective, to you out there in YouTube land, pay attention to what is really attracting you. Queen of Swords. So you are so the collective is attracted to that other individual's intelligence, their wit, their quick thinking, their also their ability to detach emotionally. You know, I've often talked about Drake to others, but one thing about Drake that I appreciate so much more, especially month to month, year to year, is that if I'm freaking the fuck out, he does not. And I want to tell you, as somebody who's very emotional, I've come to appreciate that very, very, very much. I really have. Now, I may not always show it in the moment, but I absolutely appreciate it immensely. Just not when I'm freaking the fuck out, okay? But I appreciate him and that quality of his very, very much. He has a look on his face like, I don't believe you. I don't believe you. Believe it. It's the truth. Anyway, so, card number 2, a worry. Something that you are trying to ignore or downplay. So, if for those of you in YouTube land who have not met this individual yet, and I have a feeling that these are individuals that y'all in YouTube land have not yet met. So this is something to look out for. This is what is commonly called a red flag. So card number 2, a worry. Something that you in YouTube land and the collective are trying to ignore or downplay. The Star. Ooh! It's quite possible this person is not entirely accepting of your spirituality. So this could be somebody who's pretending to be supportive of your spirituality, somebody who is pretending to be in alignment and fully accepting of your spirituality, or lack thereof. Because remember, the Star card is about a higher force. Well, then again, all of the major arcana cards are about higher forces and spiritual forces. Specifically, the Star card represents the angels. So if you are somebody who's striving to be a professional angelologist, I don't always pronounce that correctly, then this person could be like, on the surface, they're like, you know, that sounds wonderful. I think that would be a great career for you. And when you're not around, it's like, oh my God, this bitch is crazy. Crazy, cray. So watch out for that. And if it bothers you, don't wait for that person to change. I promise you, if you do that, you're going to be very upset and very disappointed. But don't take my word for it. The universe and the planet Earth has plenty of examples of that. Card number 3, a secret. Something that you don't want the other person to know about you just yet. So, what does the collective want to keep to themselves for a little while longer? 6 of Wands. So is there some really great thing that's in your life right now or coming into your life that you don't want to share with this other person just yet? You can keep it to yourself, that's fine. And of course, Wands, according to the American Tarot Association, are about spiritual and psychic development. So this could be about something that you've been presented to as an opportunity or something that's bringing you great success. And remember, this is the card of great success. So there could be a great success that you've accomplished, that you've just accomplished, or that you've accomplished long after or long before this new person came into your life, and you don't want to share with them just yet. Like, an extreme example could be you're a multi-billionaire. A not so extreme example could be something along the lines of, you know, I'm the manager of this office that has 7,000 locations worldwide, and I have access to corporate apartments. It could be something like that. I don't know. Card number 4, a dream. What you hope happens next. 6 of Pentacles. 6 and a 6. 6 of Wands, 6 of Pentacles. Well, I will say this. My personal psychic advisor, Roger Pratt, said that Pentacles relate to sexual matters. So if this is about a potential romantic relationship, it's about taking it to the next level, to a physical level. But from a non-romantic relationship standpoint, 6 of Pentacles definitely indicates a closeness, a getting closer, a connecting on a deeper level. And it could be something that's really personal. You know, it could be something that you may want this person to share with you. And it could be about something about their childhood or their upbringing. But you definitely have this, but some of you in the collective are like, you know what, I really want this association to go to another level. And to me, this is saying a deeper level. And the deeper level could be sexual involvement if it's a romantic relationship, or it could just be representative of a closer kinship with that person. And then card number 5 in the very center, need to know. Something you need to pay attention to. So for you in YouTube land who have yet to meet this person, this is what you need to pay attention to. King of Swords. So on the one hand, this could be, if it is a romantic relationship or the potential romantic relationship, it could very well lead to a marriage. And the signs could be there that lead to it becoming a marriage if this is a potential romantic relationship. If it is not, but here's the thing, it's the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords. So the relationship or the marriage could be primarily mental, meaning that both of you focus a lot of your time and energy in your relationship/marriage artistically, creatively, mentally. If it was the King and Queen of Pentacles, I would say y'all are going to break beds. If it was the King and Queen of Cups, absolutely children would be the possibility. If it was the King and Queen of Wands, there'd be a lot of traveling going on. But King and Queen of Swords, if this is a potential romantic relationship that could lead to marriage, I would say it's going to be primarily mentally oriented. And as far as friendships, it definitely feels like activity pals, like people with whom you go to plays, musicals, cultural events. There's an event that Drake and I are going to next month. We are going to attend a concert where they're going to play selections of Vivaldi's The Four Seasons. I've never been to this type of an event, so I'm very excited about it. And that would definitely fall under the purview of the King and Queen of Swords. So I definitely feel, and of course, wands are also phallic symbols. So here we have an entire line of phallic symbols. So we definitely have this creative, artistic connection. But notice, there is a suit missing. Cups. So it is quite possible that the romantic aspect may not necessarily be realized with these individuals that you have yet to meet. It could be somebody who is a stepping stone. I've often used the term stepping stone to indicate somebody who wants a romantic relationship meets first. And then after that romantic relationship ends, then they meet somebody with whom they absolutely have a romantic relationship. So this could be a stepping stone relationship that leads to a romantic relationship. And the final message card is the High Priestess. So there is absolutely a very distinct karmic connection. There's definitely an intuitive connection. I would even say there's a magical connection, because it could be that you meet somebody who is either on the same spiritual or magical path that you are, or has been considering it. And then they meet you and it's like, oh, well, now I don't need any more clear and evident signs. I now have the ultimate clear and evident sign that it's like, yes, let me pursue, for example, Santeria, or moon magic, or druidry, what have you. But the High Priestess card definitely is an indication that there is this undercurrent of magical energy, of an intuitive connection. And definitely there is a karmic connection at play in this new potential relationship, romantic or otherwise. So, as always, I am immensely thankful to Llewellyn Publications for continuing to publish this tarot-themed wall calendar, the only one of its kind, because I did a search and I did not find anything even remotely similar to this. I found other tarot calendars, but all they have are tarot art. And some of them I can't even buy because I don't live in Australia. So this is the only tarot calendar of its kind. So as always, I cannot reiterate enough to all of you in YouTube land, buy this calendar. Please buy this calendar, because this calendar is absolutely a treasure trove. I refuse to dispose of any of these calendars. I have all of them since the very first one. And I have considered the possibility of, taking photographs and putting them in a folder on my computer and, separating them into a special thumb drive and all that other stuff. But I'm like, I don't want to do that. What I want to do is keep them. And keep them forever. They'll be buried in my tomb with me for all I know. And of course, I must thank the Barbara Moore for writing all of the insights, spreads, and tips. And I am even more thankful for the inclusion of all of these great astrological articles that are featured every month in this calendar, the Llewellyn's 2023 Tarot Calendar. And I hope and pray, great goddess grant me this, that this feature will be continued going forward into the 2024, 2025, 2026, and 2027 calendars and beyond. And I'm also going to put this out there. I would love to see another tarot-themed annual. Maybe, if you can't do both, then do this one for as long as possible and then maybe do another one. But I personally would love to see another one. I really would. I would love to see, think of it this way, the themed annual, which one do you have the most? I'm going to say it's the witchy one. So you have the witches wall calendar, you have the witches calendar planner, you have the Spell-A-Day almanac. So what do you have, like 5 or 6 of these witchy themed annuals now? So I will be happy with at least one more tarot themed annual. And of course, thank you to all of you in YouTube land for honoring who I am and what I do, and for honoring Drake, more commonly known as my awesome audiovisual person, for my YouTube videos and everything he does as well. Thank you as always for all the likes, all the comments, all the shares, and all the subscriptions to my YouTube channel, and an extra big and beautiful thank you to those of you who have scheduled your sessions. I look forward to the honor and pleasure of consulting the Oracle for you, or conducting an energy healing treatment for you, or offering one of my other psychic services to you. I wish all of you a beautiful night, a wonder-filled weekend, and stay tuned for the next video.